Hello everybody, Josh here with Gacha Legends, and today we're going to be looking at Eroica, a reroll guide here for some of you out there that may not be familiar with the game and you're looking to play it at global launch, which will be coming out literally tomorrow morning for a lot of you, or maybe later in the day depending on where you are located. This game is a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a lot of guides and stuff like that. I've been playing it in soft launch. I've been trying to learn a lot of things, doing a lot of research, trying to get the best information I can provide for all of you out there. Now, I know we've been gone for a little while, and we got a little bit of a name change. We are Gacha Legends now. We were Exis Games. We're still in a transition phase. I still need to make an intro and an outro and all that other good stuff. So we're kind of going in a little bit vanilla right now. But here we are. I'm starting this off here on Chapter 03, Chapter 0, Stage 3, rather, because I wanted to save a little bit of time for the reroll, because it's not very long and it's not very complex. You're going to basically be just going through the tutorial stages, and then you'll get to do a selective poll, which we'll do here today. So essentially, when you first start your fresh new account, your fresh new install of Eroica, you want to make sure that you choose guest login at the home screen. Do not try to link or bind to a Facebook or a Gmail account yet, because it'll actually be binded permanently unless you go through a 7-day process of having your account deleted to free up that social media. So you don't want to do that during a reroll process. So always choose guest login, and then it'll take you through the tutorial for the first couple stages, and then you'll get to this point. So again, I wanted to do this to save a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and just start getting through some of the stuff. And we will go over, what all these things do. We'll do a first impression. We'll do what targets are best to re-roll for. We'll do all that stuff here in the next, few hours. So definitely look out for those other videos to come soon as well. But let's go ahead and just get through this reroll. And the reroll process is usually somewhere around 10 minutes or so, give or take, depending on, how fast you get through it and all that other good stuff. So there's a little bit of, factors there to deal with, but it's not too bad. It's very quick. I mean, I'm playing another game right now called Crostals, Yu-Gi-Oh! Crostals, which I have not brought to the channel yet as well, because again, I've been on like a little bit of a hiatus, but that'll be coming to the channel soon. The reroll process in that game is like 30 minutes. It's a very long reroll process and it's very boring. Thankfully, this one's a much more reasonable time frame. Okay, so we took care of that. All right, and again, you're probably looking at this game asking a lot of questions. You're probably wondering, wow, this is a unique style of doing story and stuff like that for a gacha game, especially turn-based. We'll get into all that and more in later videos. Definitely look out for those, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. This game has a lot of content. It's been in soft launch for over a year. A lot of people at some point thought this game may never even see the light of day, especially for global, but here we are, dropping tomorrow. Very exciting stuff. This game has a lot to offer as well. So this is the final stage that you're going to do before you're actually able to do your, actual reroll, when you get to your selective polls. And this is a cool looking dragon, by the way. Dragonaut, level 3, let's go. We're going to be using our boy Sai, or Say, however you want to say his name. He's kind of like the main character. Him alongside our girl Luna, who looks like Asuna from Sword Art Online. Want to give a shout out to that. Those are like the main story characters of the game. And by the way, unlike a lot of games, the main story characters in this game are actually very, very good units. They are 100% worth keeping around and using long term. And trust me, I've tested them out. I've taken them, pretty far into the game. I've done a lot of testing, and I have to say, they're really good. And by the way, our girl back here, shout out to Marion, the other free unit that you get at the start of the game. She is one of the better healers in the game. And trust me, the healing in this game, the healers in this game is very limited. There's not very many healers, and some of them are not even very good. But in her case, I will go ahead and say, she's solid. Marion is good. Mudo is good. We'll talk about her in other videos. 2 excellent healers there. And again, it's a starter hero you get for free. You can build her up. She gives you free shards and stuff like that. There's a shard system for dupes in this game. So yeah, the starter heroes in this game are actually very, very good. So I commend them for that. Kudos to them for that. I appreciate that. Because time after time, I'm playing games where, the main characters are just hot garbage, and they somehow still force you to use them, and they're just not very good. But in this game, totally the opposite, and I appreciate it. Okay. So, go ahead and take this boss down. It's almost down here. And by the way, in case some of you are wondering at this point, you're like, oh my god, Josh, this is kind of slow. Is there a 2x speed? Please somebody shoot. There is 2x speed, and it does not take very long to unlock at all. And there's also, of course, an auto mode that also does not take very long to fully unlock either. So yes, those quality lives are definitely in this game. Do not worry. All right, let's just go and blow them up again with the cannon. All right, let's go and skip that. Okay, so this dragon is about down for the count. Could be about right here. Yes, there we go. Okay, so our starter heroes took care of business. We took out the big bad dragon. Okay, got our 3-star clear. There are 3-star requirements in this game, by the way, but they're not too bad. For the most part, it's just keep everybody alive, and that's usually going to be a 3-star clear. There are a few stages here and there, like especially when you get to chapter 3 and onward, where you do need to like bring in like a second of the same element or something, but there's ways you can get around that, and we'll talk about that again in other videos. All right, skip the tutorial. Go do our selective polls. As of right now, you get 20 selective polls, but they do have a favorite system where you can favorite the one that you like the most, and then you can come back to it if you don't like your other polls, which I very much love that. Now, I don't know if they're going to add more for global tomorrow, because I know the global version is getting a little bit of an update, and they are adding a few little things, and we'll talk about that in our patch note video here later today. But for the most part, it should be kind of similar to what it is now. You know, they might give you more instead of just the 20. Maybe they'll give you 30 or 40, or maybe they'll make it unlimited. That's the only big change I might see them making. They might they might add some of the other characters to the poll, but it's not going to matter because when we do our top target video, it's still going to be accurate today and tomorrow. So don't worry about that. But here we go. So this is the initial reroll process. You ideally, you know, we're not going to get into like the top targets in this video, but ideally you want to try and get an SSR pre-core with a 3-star hero. That's kind of the setup you want to get. Don't look too much into the 2-star heroes. We're not going to be really focusing on them for a little while. Speaking of one of the top units, right there, she is Malavi. She's definitely one of the top targets. Again, we'll get into that video. So we have 19 chances left. Now, what's really cool here is you can actually favorite this and come back to it later. So say, okay, I actually like this poll. It's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and favorite it. And then we're going to go ahead and do another poll. And we can just go ahead and skip this. You don't have to watch the animations for this. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to skip all that. And this time around, we got Soar. So we got Soar, and we got some other random things here. You know, let's go ahead and keep going. We don't like that poll. Let's do one more, right? And we can just go ahead and skip through that. Got a bunch of 2 stars. 2 stars are gold, by the way. The silverish tickets are just 1 stars. And of course, rainbow are your 3-star poll. All right. Let's say, okay, we don't like this. We'd like their first one better. What you want to do is when you're done with your summonings, you know, I'd recommend doing all 20 though, but for the sake of time, let's just say that we're done. We want to go ahead and go back to our roll that we saved. We click view, go back here, and then boom, it'll show us the reroll that we favorited. We say we want that. We click confirm, and congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, your re-rolling is now done. But that's if you like what you pulled. Now, there is a longer way to reroll. I want to throw this in here before we go any further. There is one step further that you can take if you'd like to get a, you know, to maximize your rerolling potential. And that is to completely beat chapter 5. You know, completely beat all of chapter 0. Stage 5 is the last one, which will be the next stage after this. You complete that, you're going to get 300 gems from the story missions, and you're going to get 5 blue tickets, which is going to allow you to go into whatever the pickup banner is, depending on if it's going to be the same that it is now, which is Sylvia, Kip, and Noah, or if they're going to change it for global tomorrow and it's something different. But regardless of whatever that is, you can then take that free multi and that free half multi, go into a pickup banner, do some summons, and then you can decide if you want to keep that account or not. And after you do that, you'd go down here to settings. Okay, then you'd click account, and then you'd go down here, and if you don't like your account after you've done all that, click data reset, type in your nickname, and then the account will be deleted, and it'll take you back to the home screen, go through guest login, and repeat the process. That is how you reroll in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you don't have to go and complete 0-5 and do the summons if you don't want to. That's a personal preference. If you like just doing the reroll with the selectives, that's fine. And then you can move on with your day and have fun playing your account and all that other good stuff, enjoying Eroica. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you do it. And by the way, on the data reset, ignore the whole 7-day thing. When it says, type in your crap, sometimes it'll say like you have to wait 7 days or whatever for your account to be fully deleted. Sometimes it'll say that, but that's only if you have it binded to a Gmail, a Facebook, or if you change the character's name, or sorry, the account name. So do not change, do not go up here. I'll show you real quick before we get out of here. Do not change the account's name, because if you do that, that name's going to be locked out forever. So if you try to make another reroll, you're not going to be able to use that same name. So don't go up here and don't be clicking this and typing in a name, because you only get to change your nickname one time and then it's gone. So don't do that. You might be able to retrieve that if it's a binded account and you wait 7 days or whatever, and they might fully delete it. I'm not sure if that frees up the usernames or not, but I just won't risk it, so don't do it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reroll process. It's not that bad. You just get up to 0.4. You go do your selectives. You got 20 of them as of right now. Again, they might add more. You do that. You get your pulls that you want, that we're going to talk about in another video where we talk about the top reroll targets. So stay tuned for that. And then you're done. So again, it's like a 5-10 minute process. It's not that hard. If you want to go the whole extra mile and go to 0.5, beat that, get your 300 gems and some summons, you can go into the banner and try and pull for something that you want, and then reroll after that if that's what you're into. But again, that's it for me. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, tick notifications, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.